Hey Dreamers, this is Mike, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create or alter layered text in Silhouette Studio. So in this example, I do have the Merry Christmas caption from our frosted fur card, and it consists of 3 layers. So the top layer in this case is white, the middle layer in this case is the gold, and the bottom layer is a solid white piece. And so obviously when you layer those together, the cutout from the middle allows the back to show through. So if I were to change that back layer, you would see that it would definitely change. So let me go ahead and grab that back layer here. Let's make it red. And we'll align everything back together. All right, so you can see that those, now that red backing shows through, how that works. So let me jump over to the other tab where I've already brought in the gold piece and the white pieces that we will be working with. Oftentimes we do try to include a blank template for you, and that would be included in your SVG extras folder of your download. But in case the project did not have one, this would be the process to isolate those elements. Now, the first thing that I need to do is just highlight it. So I've gone ahead and clicked on it. I'm going to right click now, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says Release Compound Path. And you're going to see everything is still selected. So I do need to click away. And now I can go back and start moving things away that I don't need. So I don't need that element. So I can click and drag, and I don't need that element. And I can click and drag, and I don't need that element. So I can just highlight it, and then I'm using my delete key on my keyboard to delete it. Again, I don't need those. This is the back piece, and that was a solid piece, so that just we can move up to the top. And this was actually our top piece, and that is the Merry Christmas that we are removing. So let's repeat that process with the gold piece. So we make sure it's highlighted. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to Release Compound Path. I'm going to click away, and then I'm going to drag this guy up because we're going to use that. And I can just draw a rectangle around the items that I don't want and click the delete key. So now we need to work on the top and the middle layers. So let's go ahead and bring you guys in a little bit. All right. So let's grab our text tool on the left here, and I'm going to say warm wishes, and I'm going to make that black. So let's make sure that that is highlighted, and I'm going to just make that text black so that you can see it, and we're going to resize it to fit. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that that's centered. So let's go ahead and highlight that and go up here, and let's center that horizontally and vertically. All right, and we are going to make a copy of this also. So Control C, or you can right click and copy, and right click and paste. And this one we're going to move up here. And again, we are going to highlight both of those, or all 3 of those layers, and make sure that that is aligned also. Okay, so now let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit further so you guys can see. So I'm going to select my text layer only, and you can see that the text layer is selected because it's only around the text. It's not around the entire rectangle. So with my text selected, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to release the compound path. And then now I'm going to go ahead and right click again and ungroup. Okay. Now for this example, we want to remove the inside of the characters. So let me zoom in, and you're going to see there's a little bit of an outline here for the A. So I'm just going to click inside and delete. And it's a little bit hard to see, but that inside of that A was removed, and I'm going to do the same thing with the E. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Do you see there's a little bit of an outline here? It's highlighted. I just clicked in the center of the E, and with my delete key, I'm going to delete it. Now I'm just going to take my mouse and I'm going to draw a rectangle over all of those bottom shapes, including the text. Right click, and I'm going to make a compound path. And so that is going to be our top layer. Okay. Now we don't need this white layer here. I just kind of used it so that it would align properly. So we can just move this out of the way and delete it. All right, so we're going to go ahead now, select that top text, right click, release compound path. And while it's still selected, we're going to right click again and we're going to ungroup. This time we're going to remove the outside of the letters and we're going to keep the inside of the letters. So all you have to do is click on each letter and click delete. You see we want that one to remain, which is great. Remove the R, the M, the W, both parts of the I, the S, the H, the outside of the E, and the S. Okay? And now we can go ahead and draw a rectangle around that shape and those elements. Right click and make a compound path. And if we zoom out a little bit and we bring our back panel here, and this is our middle panel, and this should be our top panel. Let's make sure I bring that to the front so that you guys can see that. And I am going to make sure that this is centered and zoomed in. Now, if you wanted to change the text color, all you would need to do is highlight that middle layer there, and you can go ahead and change that, and that would change the text color. In addition, you can also change the top and the bottom layers. So let's make the top layer that color, and let's make the bottom layer the same color. And make sure that those are aligned back together. And there you have it.